A federal judge has blocked a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services final rule. The rule would have rolled back the anti-discrimination protections for LGBT patients that are afforded under the Affordable Care Act. Back in June, HHS, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, issued a final rule revising the interpretation of Section 1557 of the Affordable Care Act. That's the Affordable Care Act's primary anti-discrimination provision. What it does is explicitly prohibit discrimination based on sex stereotyping and gender identity by providers, by insurers, or others who offer coverage. There has been ongoing litigation and a rewriting of the regulations around this provision for quite some time, but the conversation lately has been expanding to be a little bit broader about gender discrimination, most recently in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. The conversation there was about sex discrimination under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, and it was interpreted by the justices to include discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. That issue was more in employment, but the decision was issued just days after this Health and Human Services rule was finalized. A new ruling in August by a federal judge in New York says that that Supreme Court decision actually matters. It goes beyond employment and could be impacting health. He said he can't read Section 1557, the final rule out of HHS, to be in agreement with this new Supreme Court interpretation of the broader definition of sex discrimination. He says that HHS rule is actually contrary to that Supreme Court decision. The federal judge therefore issued a preliminary injunction blocking that rule from going into effect. We know this issue will continue. It's likely it will be appealed, and we will continue to follow this issue as we have over the past several months. You can read the decision coming out of that federal court in New York. You can also read the text of the final rule that came out of HHS.